What's good, my loves? Thank you so much for being here. How are you? I hope that you are doing well. So we are going to do this video from a different angle today because I just combed my hair out. All right, I'll put a picture so you can, hi, okay, so you can see. And yeah, I just don't feel like I'm about to wash my hair. That's all. Okay, so but I did want to come and bring these messages forward for this Leo new moon that we have going on, and I'm going to talk about the I Ching energy, the hexagram energy that we have going on here. Okay, so like this instance, this is some sandalwood. Sandalwood is good for cleansing the energy. All right, so cleansing the space in all of those whatnots. All right, so happy new moon, happy Leo new moon. You guys, this new moon was at 23 degrees. So 23 degrees is an Aquarius degree. So this is about being very focused on everything big, okay? Leo is the opposite of Aquarius, right? So in this opposition, it's kind of like these two energies coming to express it, an expression of a sense of wholeness of itself, right? And really being able to do that in a full way. All right, so we had this happening in the fourth hexagram here in I Ching, in the I Ching, in human design, and in the I Ching, the traditional name for this is youth and folly. This particular book that I have these cards from, they consider this to be of not knowing, right? Because youth and folly is being in a space of not knowing, right? Needing to learn, needing to have a teacher, being innocent and being okay with that space of naivety. Okay, and one particular human design reader that I follow, she mentioned, or she has a blog on this fourth hexagram, and she calls it the forgiveness decoder because it's about forgiving the past, letting things go and accepting the past as the past was, right? Also recognizing where it is that you are not using your logic in a prosperous way, in a way that creates positive, new, benevolent, feel good type of energy. Okay, so with the chart that I pulled, the moon was in Leo in the second house at this new moon, which happened at 4:30 Central Standard Time. Okay, so with that, this is a lot about being focused on our well-being, really. You know, where it is that we're grounded within, how it is that we desire to expand our creativity, our investments. It's a very strong investment energy, right? So where we work, how we get our money, you know, how we gain may have been something very prominent for us today, right? And it happened in line 5, which is this line here. Now, line 5 was in a yin. This is a yin line, so this has to do with the inferior aspect of being, the internal, the shadows, the darkness, right? So there may be shadow work that is needing to be worked on at this time when it comes to how it is that we connect with others, right? This energy was really asking and calling us to tap into that youthful aspect of being, okay? And this is also a good time to practice a space of not knowing, being comfortable, right, with not knowing where you're going, not knowing what it is that you're investing into and how it's going to turn out, just trusting the process and learning from whoever it is that you need to learn a thing from. As I was going into this particular hexagram here, what came up to me, what came through for me was about Zen Buddhism. And Zen Buddhism speaks a lot about not knowing. The practice of not knowing is Zen Buddha, right? In Zen Buddhism, it speaks about recognizing that you don't begin a practice of Zen Buddhism because you are trying to attain of becoming a Buddha, but recognizing that you already are that. Right, and that is the starting point. That is being enlightened. That is enlightenment, right? And which lets us know that the enlightenment is just the beginning. It is just the start, and it allows more doors to be open for more to happen, right? But there may be some things that are required from us, right? Especially again with this happening in that fifth line. All right, this is a lot about us recognizing where it is that we are either in situations or around situations where there is no youthfulness, where there is no kindness, right? Where there is someone trying to take advantage of us by way of their rules or their governing, right? Governing, and not really allowing us to show what it is that we know, what we've learned, right? And them not being in a space of not knowing, right? It's almost as if it's one of those things of, with this card, of not persecuting one from because of transgressions that happen from a place of not knowing, right? But only persecuting when it is happening from a place of a place of knowing, okay, and it is done regardless of, right? So with this, it is also, this energy also really encourages to not be in something with one foot on, or one eye on the end goal and one eye on the practice of whatever that is that we're doing, because then that puts us in a space of lack. Okay, you cannot be concerned about where it is that you're going to end up while you're in the process of doing something, if what you desire is to make it happen. Because if you are focused on the end, you're not going to be able to be fully in what it is that you're doing, because then you're going to be trying to dictate and what's the word, maneuver things to be going in a certain way, you know, that necessarily will put you in a different place and a different path. You know, it's like, really trust what it is that you're doing, for real. Be in a space of not knowing. Look up not knowing practices, and there are a lot of videos on YouTube. You can find this, okay? And that way you can fully come up out of that state of lack. Always be in the space of, you know, innocence, of youthfulness, right? Letting all of the wells to be filled within you, fully expressing the fullness of who it is that you are, right? And that is what innocence allows us to do in any place it is that we are in, that we are around, that we, people, you know, environments, we're walking away, we're letting that go, okay? Because it's not going to allow us to, this may not be something that's actually going to serve the journey to the end goal, whatever it is that may be, and that may turn into. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything else? So it's also, one thing I also meant to mention is it's important for us to stay connected to the breath at this time. I wrote down some notes, y'all already know. All right, it's important to stay connected to the breath at this time and keep yourself in alignment, not so much where you're going, but where you need to be, right? Keep yourself in alignment to where you need to be, not so focused on where it is that you're going, right? And that's exactly what I was just saying. Like, if where it is that you are are, where you're being, if that doesn't serve you and being in the alignment that you need to be in order to continue forward, then it has to go. It needs to go. Okay, so let's see. It's also important that we check our beliefs as well and how our logic is serving others. Okay, how it's serving ourselves and how it's serving others. Messages do we have? So dreams. So it's important that we're paying attention to the dreams that we're having at this time. If you don't have a dream journal, I feel like I say this often, if you don't have a dream journal, get you a dream journal, because that is going to help you going back, help you see things that you need to know that you may have missed, fears, you know. Yes, so there's communication coming through to us in our dreams. Okay, and it's letting us know what it is that we need to do, what it is that we need to let go of, what action it is that we need to take, what is most important to be valued as well, what where it is and how it is that we are aligning to our desires. And we have open heart at the bottom, so that's about healing those wounds that block, that stop, that keep us closed, that keep us from being open-hearted. And it's so interesting. So quick story, because I'm trying to keep this short, y'all, but open heart. The other day I was talking to my husband. I was telling him, I was like, I was trying to remember how I felt when my heart wasn't closed, right? So my heart is not, it has opened up a lot from where it has been in the past, but it's still not in a place that it used to be. And I was attempting to remember what it is that life was like when I lived life with an open heart, and I had to remember what that even meant. And it's like a not questioning, a not knowing, right? And I really used to operate from a space of not knowing, like just excited all the time, like happy to be doing, happy to be going, you know. So it's like, how does that look for you? What does that take? Your dreams are coming up in order to show you, to communicate that with you. There is a lot of psychic information coming through, a lot of you may even have some communication with others, with the people around you as well through your dreams. Y'all might be showing up in one another's dreams as well. You may be feeling like you want to communicate your dreams to other people. Okay, connecting with people who are going to help you reach your dreams, right? To get into that vortex of creation, honestly. What else is here? Right, it's like maybe meeting of the minds is happening for you. Maybe just simply meeting the mind of your higher self. This is starting to be too strong. Whew. What else is here? Yeah, we have speak up. Meme, mame, kumba bang. So it's, you know, this is a griot card. A griot. I don't know how to say that word, y'all. As many times as I've been told. Griot. Griot. So it's something about, there's something going on in reference to you harvesting, of using your voice, right? Being seen, being heard more than anything. What it is that you're speaking may be cleansing. It may be also nurturing and nourishing of the community of others, right? Standing tall in how it is that you've seen how all things come together, right? Where there's balance and where there is not. There is definitely some change taking place, because at the bottom we have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Okay, so we are going to read Mame Kumba. She's the number 33 here. And she says, speak up, speak out, speak on it. You have a right to be heard. You're betraying yourself by not speaking up. Your words have power. Our voice, own your voice. As the old saying goes, stand up for something or fall for anything. Being neutral is not an option. When you stand firmly in your truth, you have thoughts, opinions, beliefs, and convictions. What do you stand for? Tell someone today. I reclaim my voice. I speak up and speak out. Okay, so yes, what is she? Goddess of what element? Probably the bush. or maybe the water. Yeah, she's of the water. Okay, so maybe you are needing to express to someone or others about how you feel about things, right? What is out of balance? What's out of whack? Okay, where it's cloudy, what's real, what's true, and what is not, right? And that truth is it's subjective, you know. But it can be, truth can come in an objective form. Okay. What else here? What else? What other messages we have here? What else would you like for us to know, Spirit? Ancestors. Ten of Voices. Yeah, so getting to the root of an issue. It's time to end something. Okay, so wherever it is that you've been in your mind of seeing things not working before they even start, that's something that is ready to be gone. At the bottom we have 4 materials, but we have the Fool here, 2 of Emotions, and the Queen of Materials. Yes, so this mental space of this 10 of Swords is completely coming to an end, and just really coming into this full space of trusting and believing, and you know, you're taking the leap, right, and being yourself so that you can manifest and be in that space of receiving. Right, this could have something to do with work, business, finances. This can also be speaking to our mothers, right, and how it is that we have been showing up in our motherhood. Have we been fully being ourselves, right? In our businesses, have we been fully being ourselves, expressing ourselves within the wholeness of being, right? This can also be speaking about our relationships and starting a new path on the relationship, right? Taking a new journey, and just kind of letting things go with the flow, right? Not trying to control anything. 4 materials, the Moon, the Priestess, 8 of Emotions. So yeah, definitely something something that has been worn, something that has been hidden is being walked away from, something that we have been stuck in, like that has been a consistent way of going about things, that's changing. Like no longer will you think like it's giving that logic that hasn't been serving one, right, and not really allowing things to be what they need to be in order for progress to take place, but in letting go of this mental space, this mental state, this logic, this way of thought, this perception that has been sabotaging, right? Because it's 10 of Voices normally speak about betrayal, but maybe there is some betrayal, because this energy, this today, is also a lot about forgiveness, right? So in that, this is letting go of where it is that we have been betrayed, where we felt betrayed, right? Whether it is that we betrayed ourselves or that someone else has betrayed us. Yeah, the self. It's been the self more than anything. And at the bottom we have the Pilgrim. So we're about to be taking this new journey that's transforming us from within. Okay, so we have the self and Kairos. And Kairos is all about time. Kairos is the brother energy to Chronos, right? So Chronos is about calculated time, where Kairos is about the quality of time, right? And recognizing what it is that we are investing in. How are we connecting to this pearl within oneself? Are we expressing the vibrancy of being? Do we feel like where we are spending our time, how we are spending our time is allowing us to do so? Okay, we will read these cards really quickly. So the self is the soul, the witness, the watcher. The self is the prism that allows the spectrum of our personalities to radiate. It does not judge, prohibit, suppress, or oppress any of its parts, as it lovingly knows that all aspects have a time and place, and leads us to experience the full breadth of life's offerings. The self is the central abiding container. Okay, y'all, my camera had failed. Okay, so the self, yeah, some things are crumbling down. Okay, let me make sure this is fully in here. Okay, so where was I? The awareness of the infinite universe of possibilities. When this card appears, it's a call to step back into witness consciousness, to observe yourself navigating the world as yourself. Am I the stew? Am I the stew? Or am I the chef? In most situations, our ego draws us into the cauldron where we swirl, spin, and smolder in chaos. Yet the self is a graceful culinary dancer, watching, waiting, observing, as the spectrum of ingredients become the flavor of our life. Look in the mirror for 30 seconds or more. Attempt to see the you behind the you. The light is witnessing, accepting new aspects of self, and in the dark is disjointed, fatigued, diffuse energy and purpose. Okay, and that's all going to come into place in the right way when we connect with that Kairos energy. And let's see what Kairos is speaking to us. So Kairos is mythic time. It's the synchronicity of things. We have all had the experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time, and it is the territory of Kairos. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our life, our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. When in light, it's alignment, ease in decisions and actions. When dark, it's fight against time. Okay, so definitely look into Kairos a little bit. And there is a quote in here that says, the word evil comes from the root unripe. Consider everything that has a time of ripeness. When it becomes a nourishing fruit, sweet to the lips. All right, so it may be the ripe and right time for you to begin expressing yourself fully in a totally different way. Okay, and this is definitely giving this Two of Emotions the full, like, now is the time. Now is the time to do you, to be you, how you're going to do and be yourself. Okay, so we're going to get a personal power card here. And then we're going to get a self-care card. Yeah. I'm going to close out with these two. And I hope today has been a good one for you, a joyful one for you. Eye-opening, clarifying day of you. And what I was also getting when I was reading that is there may be a part of you that is starting to rise back up and come back to the surface, or maybe you just reconnecting with a newness of yourself that's allowing you to. I'm seeing someone bringing all parts of themselves together. Two of Emotions, wholeness, the self, all personalities wrapped into one, which is what I was getting at with this energy here, and that being in your ability to attract. All right, so we have I am worthy and I surrender. So just let go and let God, and know that what you are intending on, what you are conjuring in your life is to come. But you have to surrender to the process, whatever that may look like, whatever that may be. At the bottom we have I am authentic, right? So doing things in your own way, and that comes from the healing, that comes from the coming unstuck. Like we have pushing upward here. I believe that's gradual progress in human design. Earth on top of the mountain, I believe. So gift. So you may be receiving a gift, okay, or you may be connecting with gifts of yourself. Maybe you're wanting to give someone a gift. Give them. It feels like more of you connecting to your own personal gifts in different ways, in new ways, okay? And at the bottom we have read. So maybe you want to take some time unplugging for a couple of days, a couple of hours a day, you know, however, and just take some time to yourself to read. Maybe you want to learn something new. Maybe you are learning something new, right? And it's authentic to who it is you are and this new journey, this new path is that you're going on from here, okay? That's helping you come out of this stuck energy, all right? Really helping you come full circle, all right, into yourself, because it is the right time, y'all. Okay, so I hope y'all had a wonderful new moon. If you are looking for personal readings, conjure work, just need someone to go back and forth with, someone to hold space for you, I should say, more than anything, definitely check out my offerings below. All the links are in the description box. And yes, I will talk to you all later. And that is all for now. Bye, y'all.